Om Namo Narayanaya. Sahana vavatu, sahana bhanaktu, sahaviryam karvavahai, tejasvinavadhitamastu mavid vishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Satchidananda Rupaya Vishvotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Hari Om. Suswagatam. We are studying Sadachara and we are at the verse number 44. 43 we have done. Please repeat verse number 43. Kshetra kshetrajnayo jnanam tad jnanam jnanamuchyate Vijnanam chobhayoraikyam Kshetrajna paramatmanaha. So if we think we have a 24 hours in a day, how much of the time we think about the object, situation, and people around us? And how much time we actually understand ourselves as the true reality, the supreme consciousness? So if we bring this point to our awareness, then we will understand all in school and college, how much time we spent during our whatever work as a profession, how much time we spent. So Shastra says this all is called as Ajnanam. Can you imagine? So most of our life is gone in repeating that which has actually no meaning. But from the transactional standpoint, as we know that we can't live a life without having a support of this so-called as professional scientific knowledge and so on. But our focus should be that let us understand our mind, even though it works in this world, should not get carried away by the worldly things. So, that point one must be clear, and that mind one must have awareness about. That let us not get carried away by it at all. So, that's how Bhagavan is completely giving an indication of Kshetra and Kshetrajna. So, Kshetrajna, that what I am. Kshetra, that which is called as Drishya Vastu. So, continuously if we keep reminding ourselves, if we get disturbed because of something, what is this principle? The principle is yadyat drishyam tat tat jadam. That which is jadam, that which is insentient, how much importance we have to give to it? Let there be any situation. Let there be any situation. So, a day before yesterday, I read a Puja Guruji's one quotation. He's saying, it's a recent quotation. He's saying, let you not bother about anything in the world. Let you not bother about anything in your world, but you bother about your own true identity. That means how much we bother about the things around, and we don't bother about how much I am abiding in my true self. So, that focus we all must continuously keep with us as a seeker. So, let us chant the verse number 44 onwards. Parokshajam shastrajam jnanam Vijnanam chatmadarshanam Atmano brahmana samyag Upadhidvaya varjitam. Together. Parokshajam shastrajam jnanam Upadhidvaya varjitam. Now it is so clearly said that jnanam which is born of the study of the scripture. What is that jnanam called as? Parokshajam. So what is paroksha? That which is other than me. That is called as paroksha. That it is not as a experience of my own. So that is called as paroksha jnanam. Then it is mentioned beautifully, what is vijnanam? Vijnanam atma darshanam. So this is a principle, we have to take it up. What is vijnanam? Atma darshanam iti vijnanam. What is Atma Darshanam? Atma and Darshanam. Darshanam is to see, is to realize. What? Atma Tattva. So self-realization alone is Vijnanam. So Vijnanam, Atma Darshanam, Atmanaha. Brahmanah Samyak Upadhi Dvaya Varjitam. Where this Atma, there is an experience what this Brahma, that which is called as the self, is devoid of these two conditionings. Samyak Upadhi Dvaya Varjitam. Varjitam means devoid of. Dvaya means two. Upadhi means conditioning. So what are the upadhis which we understand? Because of that, there is always a duality as an experience. What is that? I am different. Conditioning. Think about conditioning. What are that two conditionings? So one condition is this so-called as Jiva Atma is conditioned by ignorance. So this is one condition. Another condition, therefore, the Ishvara is also conditioned by Maya. So this is called as these two conditionings. So when you do not have to try to remove Maya of Ishvara. So what we have to try? Remove our own ignorance, then immediately that Maya will not have any independent existence. So this is called as Upadhi Dvaya Varjitam. So remove the conditioning. But is it of something objective in origin to remove it, that it is like this object, this is here, now I have to remove it and keep it here? No, it is not like that. It is extremely subtle. And what it is? What exactly it is? It's a wrong notion. It's a wrong notion. Who has developed? Me, myself. So wrong notion which I have developed, what is it? I am this body, mind and intellect. This is a wrong notion I have developed. So if it's only a notion called as a thought, then what is required? Then another strong thought is required to remove this wrong notion. And that's all. But this thought is so strong because of our past and life of experiences as well as this notion is so strong. And therefore, it does not go so easily, or it cannot be eliminated so easily. That is a point. What is an example? What example can you think? A very strong impression. One is tea. So see, an example it is. If the grease, grease, that which is used in the automobile industry, that grease, you put it, or by chance if it is stuck to your shirt or pant or whatever sari, and it remains for some time if there, and now you try to remove it. no detergent works. If you keep removing it by a brush, the cloth will tore it up, means absolutely get tore. But that patch of grease will remain. So just imagine that which is objective in origin, so much it takes. How much that which we are carrying from lives together will take us on ride, and we'll have to work hard for it. So therefore, what is required in the life of seeker? Patience. Ocean of patience is required. And the second is, there is nothing called as now it is enough. There is nothing called as enough. Because this is such a big task in hand that this enough we put if, then we will condition ourselves. So, our mind, if we have to completely drown in the experience of the self, there's a continuous efforts required for a long period of time. And therefore, we should understand, then only this conditioning can be removed. So, this is what Adi Shankracharya ji is trying to focus to all the seekers. Verse number 45. Tvamartha vishayam jnanam vidjnanam tatpadashrayam padayoraikyabodhastu padayoraikyabodhastu jnana vidjnana sannhitam. Together, tvamartha vishayam jnanam vidjnanam So it is said here, Tvam artha vishayam jnanam. That jnanam, tvam artha vishayam. What is that? It is vishaya jnanam. Tvam, there are two important aspects which is called as in the Mahavakya, that is called a tat tvam asi. This tvam is this called as ego, or it is called as the Jiva Atma. Tad, that which is called as the self, the Ishvara, the controller. So, tat tvam asi. So here, tvam artha vishayam jnanam. So that knowledge which is of all object is of tvam pada. That which is of tvam pada. Whatever knowledge we have about anything, about this BMI or the objects of the world, then it is called as tvam pada artham. Then vidjnanam tat pada ashrayam. What is the ashraya of that tvam artha vishayam? So we can understand, if we analyze this tvam pada, the first question we can ask, that which is object or that which is called as the BMI, is it having independent existence? The first question, if we know the Vedanta Shastra, then the answer is no. It does not have its independent existence. So what is its ashraya, the support, the substratum? So that is called as the self. How do we know? That's the analysis. How do we know? What is the answer?
We are not really here. We found outside here there has to be a substratum.
Because we know their functioning, so that means we are different from them.
Okay.
At the time of death, when the subtle body leaves and the self stops eliminating the body, it becomes insentient.
Okay. Okay.
How do we know we have to believe in scriptures and act?
Acha. So analysis means one should be very clear. Now start with this. This band is there. So this is called as is here. This spectacle is there. So is here. This book is here, is there. So this isness in everything is common. And this isness no one can destroy. I can destroy this band if I use some sort of fire. Then this will be destroyed. But that which is called as ashes, it will remain. So ash is there. So this is how one has to understand this isness. Is the substratum of everything. Without the isness, nothing can exist. So that one must able to focus on this isness. 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 So when you focus on isness, then go further. Is this is that which is called as existence is different than the consciousness? So that which is Sat is itself a Chit. And that which is Chit itself is the Anand. So therefore, one must understand the substratum of everything is Sat Chit Ananda alone. Even though we understand and parokshataya we know the substratum of everything is Satchidananda, but where is our focus? How much we get so little things of the world, we get carried away and we get disturbed. So that is a point here. One must know Jnana and Vijnana. Jnana is required, no doubt. Why? Because you cannot transact in the world at all otherwise. But with Jnanam, Vijnanam is must. Then only we can create a good balance between the transactional world and the absolute reality. So, we can imagine now, for our own self, when this knowledge was not there, then any person in the past used to disturb us, any person. Any situation. My God, this is a fantastic thing. Anything. Little, I have to do something, and if it rains, then my God, this is how it is. I have such an important work, and this is the time to rain to come. Now, not knowing the reality, how foolish everyone can be. Just imagine. But if at the same time, this knowledge of Vijnanam, that is called as the knowledge of the self, is there, then we have to understand what? I have to give up my sankalpa. Sarva sankalpa tyagaha. Bhagavan says in Bhagawad Gita, Sarva sankalpa tyagaha. No sankalpa. We can decide what to do, what not to do. But in the same way, it will happen. Nobody can say. That's the point. I'll give you a simple example. Like for this young leadership program, we have contacted so many people. We have distributed, I think, more than 9,000 of the brochures. And every North Swamis and Brahmacharis we have contacted and told them this and that. So somehow 65 applications came. From that, of some cadre where they can understand and they can learn, only we could select 15. 1-5. Now, out of 15, how many will turn up? No one knows. So, see how much you want. That is something different. But what will happen in the reality is totally different. Is totally different. So, then yesterday I met someone. So how one should understand how this whole world works and how it is. That person is of age around 80 plus. Then I said to that person that who all are there in your house? He said, me, my wife, and my one son who is mentally challenged. Then I said, then what is he doing? He says, nothing he is doing. I am only supporting. Then I said, then what is his life? He says, we got him married. Oh my God! Just imagine. I said, then what? Then he has a child also. Hey, Bhagavan. Then he says, then who is looking after? He says, me and my wife. Why? Because daughter-in-law goes for a job. Because who will support her? Just imagine what all things are possible in this world. I am just making more clear for everyone that see this, what will happen? No one can say. So therefore, even if we think that this should happen this way, ultimately we have to surrender that thought also to the Almighty. That is called as Sankalpa Tyaga. Om Namo Narayana.